Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we've got a different little setup today now that I'm more settled into my apartment. I thought that I would make my desk and beauty area like, you know, my actual beauty area where I can do videos too. So let me know how you like it. So you're probably here because you're into makeup, you're curious about makeup, and you've heard about this strobing thing. What the heck is strobing? It's suddenly everywhere now. Well, my friends, I have a little secret for you. You probably already know how to strobe and you've been strobing for a very long time. That is right. Strobing is another term for highlighting. I'm not sure how strobing came to be such an immediate overnight like sensation all of a sudden this summer, like, oh, you know, strobing, it's the newest thing. It's like, it's really not. The main difference if someone says they're gonna strobe versus highlight their face is that highlighting is more often used to complement contouring. So with contouring, you are receding parts of your face so that it doesn't look flat. So you're receding like the hollows of your cheeks, probably the underneath of your bottom lip, and the crease of your eye. So this adds some dimension, and then you add the highlighting so that you don't look so sunken in. So the highlighting goes on the higher parts of your face, like, you know, the tops of your cheekbones, the bridge of your nose, etc. Now, if someone says they're going to be strobing, that's basically just doing the highlighting part of highlighting and contouring. There definitely is a huge difference in the look of highlighting and contouring and just strobing. When you're just strobing, you're bringing forward, you know, the high parts of your cheeks without receding anything, but everything kind of like falls in line. It's more of a natural look, so you don't necessarily need to recede because you're bringing the high points out so far with the, you know, sheen and glow that you're adding. That's all it is. It's no magic. You've probably already done it. Literally just don't contour and do the highlighting part of your makeup routine. It's definitely a more fresh-faced approach, which is so big. It has been since Fashion Week, and especially as we move into summer where a lot of people prefer that dewy look. But I don't think contouring is going anywhere. I think, you know, you prefer what you prefer. I really like contouring and chiseling out my cheekbones. I'm going to show you my strobing technique and what I use normally when I want to do this type of look. So let's get started. And the garbage man is here. Bye, peace out, trying to make a video. So first thing when strobing is to consider what products you're gonna be using. You probably know from my tutorials and roundups and whatnot that I generally prefer cream and liquid illuminizers in general. I just like the way they feel and I like the way they look better than a lot of powder highlighters, which tend to be more sparkly than glowy. But especially when strobing, when you're not gonna be wearing as much face makeup probably as you would have had you been contouring and highlighting, you want products that are more flush with your skin, which I consider to be cream and liquids, because you can blend them out, they give you more of a skin finish. So you guys are probably familiar with a few cream and liquid highlights that I use because I always use them in like my tutorials and stuff, but I wanted to talk about a new one that I've been specifically using like all summer, and that's the City Color Spotlight Highlight. It's like a pearly champagne. It is so beautiful. It's definitely not sparkly, rather than being just very glowy, very luminous. The cool thing about cream highlighters and liquid highlighters is that you can typically use your fingers to blend it out and you'll be totally fine. But if I want to really get a blended out, picture perfect effect, then I'll use a sponge or perhaps a brush. But I'm gonna be using the Beauty Blender Micro Mini for this look. So I'm gonna wet this so that it doesn't soak up the product and it expands a little bit. Hello. Okay, so I'm just going to swirl my Beauty Blender into the highlight. I'm just using the bottom side. Again, you could totally use your finger, not even a big deal, but you know, I gotta look professional sometimes in these videos, so most commonplace, usually where I start with highlighting as well as strobing, is on the tops of my cheekbones. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that out. I freaking love this highlight. Can you see that sheen? That's just like, ugh, it's gorgeous. Another thing to consider too is that when you're using a sponge or a beauty blender as opposed to your fingers, you're gonna probably get a more even and a little bit of a lighter application than just swiping your finger and kind of, you know, applying. So this will look a lot more natural, whereas using your hands, you'll probably get a heavier application. So I'm just going right on the tops of my cheeks, and I pretty much go up to my the tail of my eyebrow. Look at that. That's strobing right there. All right, let's do the other side. To complement your strobing, you can also use like cream blushes to add a little color, which is what I did actually. and liquid foundation just to really boost that dewy, luminous look. Other places that we want to strobe or highlight is right under the brow bone. Now, I did not put any kind of highlight under my brow, although usually that is part of like my brow routine is to highlight right here, but for the sake of this video, I just wanted to do that on camera. And you can also just do this with your eyeshadow, depending on the look. Just, you know, use that normal highlighting eyeshadow that you use. Next, we're going down the bridge of the nose. And one of my favorites that just gives you such a nice pouty look is right over the Cupid's bow area. Although I probably would do this before putting on lip product, whereas I already have my lip product on. I'm wearing ColourPop Tootsie Lippy Stick, which I love. It's like kind of a grayish mauve. These next two parts, I typically skip over if I'm really, you know, gonna be doing this because I think they just make me personally look sweaty because I have combo skin, especially in my T-zone. But if you're really going all out for this strobing look, then we're also gonna be highlighting our forehead and our chin. So the forehead we're gonna be kind of doing in a triangle shape here. So you can go ahead and just blend that here. And I mean, if you look at photos from Fashion Week, like the models look sweaty because of this technique. It's definitely an acquired preference, I think. I would probably stop at where I was before doing my forehead, but you do you, girl. Do what makes you feel fresh and gorgeous. I'm just gonna do the chin in like an upside down triangle motion. And that's strobing, folks. So hopefully you can totally see the difference. I mean, especially on the cheeks, we've got this beautiful glow going on here. Bridge of my nose, I love putting it on my Cupid's bow because it makes my my lips just look more shapely. I didn't go so heavy on the forehead or the chin because at that point I feel like I start looking personally a little bit greasy. Not my favorite look, but the whole strobing technique would call for those as parts of the high points on your face. Now it's clear how this is different from highlighting and contouring because I'm glowy. I've got things, you know, being brought forward where my cheeks don't look as chiseled, but you can still kind of see the shape of it. It's a little bit more accentuated because I'm bringing out those high points. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you already knew how to strobe and you just didn't know it yet, hit that thumbs up button and don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Also, I want to give a big thank you because I hit 4,000 subscribers, which is crazy because my 2015 goal was to hit 5,000, so I'm only 1,000 away and it's only half of the year. So thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed, who has commented. I love hearing from you, whether you are new or you have been here since I was making videos in Adam's fraternity house. Each and every one of you, so important to me. It makes it worth it, and yeah, I hope you stick around. All right, everyone, peace out, Girl Scout. Mwah. Hey everyone, so it is now 9 p.m. if you can kind of see that. I think that this foundation held up really well throughout the day. I mean, I put it on at like 11, so we're